Broadcasting is an essential feature of NumPy that can save your time and effort while working with arrays. Want to know what is it, why is it needed and how to use it? Then watch this video till the end and become much more powerful with your NumPy skills. Make sure you don't miss the super important part of the video where I will be explaining you the rules to remember while broadcasting the arrays. Let's head to understand what is broadcasting in NumPy. So broadcasting is the ability of NumPy to perform operations on arrays with different shapes as long as their dimensions are compatible. This compatibility is determined by certain broadcasting rules that NumPy follows. But what are those rules? I will tell you about it in a while. But before that, let's head to the screen and understand what happens when I try to multiply a single element with an array. And you will see it automatically performs the operations on each element of that array. So here I have a list with 6 elements 0 to 5 and an array. So if I try to do multiplication on that list, I will add L1 multiplied by 5. And see, I can get all the elements 5 times. This is not what I needed. If I do array into 5, I get my expected output, which is 5 multiplied by each of the element in that array. But what if I try to do some operations on arrays with different shapes? So as we had an array A1, I have another array B1 with shape 3, 4. And if I try to multiply A1 and B1, I get an error which says operands could not be broadcast together with shapes 2, 3 and 3, 4, which means we cannot broadcast arrays of different shapes. So to make broadcasting possible, NumPy follows specific rules to ensure that the array's shapes are compatible. So let's see what are the super important rules. Rule number 1. If the arrays have different numbers of dimensions, NumPy will add extra dimension to the smaller array on the left until their shapes match. Rule number 2. If the array has the same number of dimensions but one of the dimension is 1, NumPy will stretch that dimension to match the corresponding dimension in the larger array. So if the shape of the arrays do not match, it will throw an error as we saw in our code. Now let's try to implement broadcasting over two arrays by keeping these rules in mind. So here I have an array A2 with shape 3 and an array B2 with shape 2, 3. Now as per the rules, if I perform an operation over these arrays, it should work. And yes, it's working, we are getting the output. Which means I can perform any kind of mathematical operations. Instead of addition, I can also multiply and it will work. Let's see another example where I have an array A3 with shape 2, 2 and array B3 with shape 2. Now if I do A3 multiplied by B3 and I will get the output. Now similarly, I have another array A4 with shape 3, 4 and an array B4 with shape 2, 2. Now if you guys have understood the concept of broadcasting, you can answer this question, will it work or not? Put up your answers in the comments and I will pin the correct answer. And now we have seen how broadcasting allows us to perform element-wise operations on arrays with different shapes, simplifying our code and improving our performance. If you don't know about how to fetch the elements from an array using indexing and slicing, click on the video to the left. And to know why we choose arrays over lists, click on the video to the right and I will see you there. Till then, keep learning and thanks for watching.